This reporting was supported by the International Women's Media Foundation's Fund for Indigenous Journalists, reporting on missing and murdered Indigenous women, girls, Two-Spirit, and transgender people, MMIWG2T.
The Indian National Finals Rodeo. When I say those words, I think of resilience and pride.
It's the Native Americans in the rodeo world.
I'm going higher, higher. I break my bones, I lose control, but I'll be shining brighter. Think God assigned a lighter into my soul on fire. Now watch the underdogs win, win, win from the sheer defiance. Power, power. I'm going higher, higher. I break my bones, I lose control, but I'll be shining brighter. Think God assigned a lighter into my soul on fire. Now watch the underdogs win, win, win from the sheer defiance.
Oh, it happened. There was an earthquake when I came up. Somebody make a little bit of noise at least, huh? Yeah, you better run. Your sister's ahead of me.
Welcome this morning for the sunshine is overhead, and I brew my coffee.
INFR has been around since the mid-70s. Some folks came together and wanted to have an all-Indian professional rodeo association, and so it was founded then. There are 11 regions across the U.S. and Canada. We have over 400 contestants that compete here during our finals rodeo, but we have rodeos all year long throughout the United States and Canada.
Got for my job, I got it straight out of the pen.
This event is huge. We start planning as soon as it ends. We have a large vendor area, so we have vendors that come from all over also. So the thing that is so special about INFR is that we are about family, and we're about our culture and our people and our tribes. And I think that that's really special and something different, especially within the Las Vegas area.
I'd say it's probably like just a bunch of Indians coming to do what they love, and that's sport of rodeo, and bringing their Western way of life and letting other people know that like Indians do this, and we're not just living in teepees. We love rodeo, we love the Western way, we love cowboying, cowgirling, and stuff like that. So it's fun, it's exciting, but rewarding.
I love Indian rodeo. Just the whole family tradition, the values, the reason why we're doing it. I've been around rodeo ever since I could remember, probably in diapers. I'm raising my kids around rodeo. I have 2 children, 2 boys, 3 and 9. So they know rodeo is just a family tradition.
Pretty much it's for all us indigenous people. We all come from all different reservations, and we come here to South Point to compete with one another. And this circle here, we all come as one nation, we all come as a tribe, and we all enjoy to have that sportsmanship to compete as indigenous cowboys and cowgirls.
So the arena's blessed before we start our event. We ask an elder to come, and the whole, all of our spaces are smudged. At the commissioner level, we start our meetings with prayer. We always have the flag song, so that's a requirement at all of the performances. We come here and we maintain who we are. We don't change because this is rodeo or this is a championship or we're in Vegas. We bring all of that with us and we all identify with that, and it brings us together on that first day. We're Indian people and everybody else come too. We want you to be around us and to get to know us and to celebrate our champions with us too.
Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants of the 2022 INFR, brought to you by our INFR Commissioner.
My name is Bailey Bates. I am Dene from Nakaibatoa, New Mexico. My clans are Twatsoni and Shle, Todachini Bashishin, Nanaseza Tachini Deshiche, Toaglini Deshinele, and I am a breaker roper here at the Indian National Finals Rodeo. Rodeo is a family sport. It means everything. I mean, not everything, but it means a lot to us. It keeps me sane, and it's something that I really love and I'm passionate about. I went and got an education, and I could be starting my career and focusing on my career, but something about rodeo just calls me, and that's what I want to do, and especially the horses. I love my horses, and that's what keeps my mental health going right now.
My name is Michaela Tatsy. I am from Browning, Montana. I live on the Blackfeet Reservation, Skopi Pekuni. I compete in the ladies breakaway roping. I started roping when I was 15. I've always just been around horses, and one day I just decided to pick up a rope, and I'm really glad I did. There is a lot of dedication that goes into it. It's just like any other sport or any other extracurricular activity. If you want to be good at it, you have to put the work in.
Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe from Eagle Butte, South Dakota, winner of the Home of the Champions Tour Rodeo in North Dakota earlier this year.
Oh man, not the way we wanted to start the week, but that's all right. We wish her luck on down.
My name is Jewel Betleon. I'm from the Cheyenne River Sioux Tribe in Eagle Butte, South Dakota, and I am here at the INFR and the Ladies Breakaway. We can all come together as one here and cheer each other on and work hard for it. And that it makes us try harder and work harder for it. And I've done it since I was a little girl. Competed in rodeos when I was small, growing up through high school. And then me and my husband got married. That's how we met, was through rodeo. And then I had my little girl, and she went with us, and now she competes in rodeo also. She has since she was little.
We're a family event, so in addition to our main championship, we also have a junior and senior championship. So it's the only rodeo where grandpa can compete, the granddaughter can compete, parents, I mean, everybody comes and has a good time, and we all know each other, so it's like everybody watches out for the kids, everybody knows everybody, they're traveling all year long with each other, so we're all relatives really by the time we get to this point.
Indian Rodeo is really good because they include both junior and senior events. So the juniors are 0 to 16, and then I believe the seniors are 50 plus. So you could have your grandpa, your dad, your kids competing right alongside of you in the open. So in the summertime, we travel as a family. There's usually 7 or 8 of us in one rig with 4 or 5 horses going down the road 20 hours at a time. We have all of our kids competing and part of the activity in the rodeo. If they're not competing, they're doing other things, roping the dummy. It's just a family tradition, really. and just being part of the native circle. We're all related.
Yat şey Kirby Spencer en şey ki ani şlent alot na jini e bas chin sanji kin de che do ki an shinale le duji bi toy ai sina sha so what I sa be has to get. My name is Kirby Spencer. I'm a bareback rider. I ride bareback horses. I'm originally from Greasewood, Arizona. I represent the Diné tribe. I've been riding bareback horses. This is my first year doing it, and I really accomplished a lot of things this year as the first time riding my bareback. And I started off with steer riding. I went to junior bulls and I rode bulls all year long. And this year, you know, I really wanted to come out and to ride more of the bucking horses more this year, so I did. And I qualified this year at the last chance qualifier at Newtown, North Dakota, so glad to be here with you guys. I do my own sewing, I make my own outfits, my clothes here. I've been sewing for 10 years professionally. I did really good with my artwork, with my sewing. I have artwork all over the place. I mean, even across the United States and even to Canada, Mexico, and Paris. You know, that's how far my artwork went. And it's like a blessing, you know, where I'm coming from. My grandmas were all weavers. They made porch blankets, and I picked it up through them.
INFR is, in addition to being our own association and having our own events, a lot of our cowboys and cowgirls are also contestants with the PRCA and other rodeo associations. So they get a lot of practice here. You know, they get to perform in the bright lights of Vegas and then go on, you know, through PRCA or PBR and compete in those championships as well. But it really gives them that opportunity.
I'm Shayla Connor. I'm 23 years old and I'm Northern Cheyenne. I was currently Miss Sturgeon Wire Rodeo, and that's a PRCA rodeo queen. So it's kind of like a beauty pageant. Everyone's like, well, what's your talent? And I say, well, the talent is your horsemanship. But I ended up winning, and I've had a ride of my life. So my grandma, she was the first Northern Cheyenne to hold the Sturgeon Wire Rodeo Queen title, and then I gotta be the second Northern Cheyenne. So I gotta keep it in the family and then also the same tribe, so that's super fun. So we come from a long line, 3-generation of a ranch. We raise bucking horses in eastern Montana on the Northern Cheyenne Reservation in Kirby. So we have the rough stock, and then also we have like my personal horses that I run barrels on. It's definitely a lot of dedication to it. I'd probably say about like half of your life, because like your horse is your best friend. You want to make sure your horse is up to date, because it's like kind of a cheesy saying in barrel racing, like 3 cans, 2 hearts, 1 dream. But it's so true, because like if you're not taking good care of your animal every day, feeding, watering, exercising, then you're not going to get the outcomes like that you want. But then you also have to take care of yourself. You have to make sure you're healthy, you're doing the things to stay on top of your horse and all that. So like you definitely have to dedicate like half of your life to it. It's definitely not a weekend thing, for sure.
You got to put a lot of time in with your horses as far as keeping them in shape, and then practicing, you know, every day. I mean, practice makes perfect, but you still have to work really hard at it to keep your horses in shape so they are ready also. They're like my kids, so yeah.
It takes every day from waking moment. You think, first thing you think of is your horses. You gotta feed your horses and exercise, and you gotta put in the work, practice every day. It might sound exhausting, but if you love it, the days go by really fast, and next thing you know, you're just doing it every day, and you're just living life. And the more that you work at it, the more that confidence you gain, and the more you believe in yourself. I think that's what it takes to get here. Hard work and belief. I think that's one thing that I struggle with, and I think a lot of people might struggle with, is belief. But Not only are we Native Americans, we are cowboys and modern natives is what you could call us.
I think about it is it's really of who we are. I mean, where we're coming from. I mean, we live off the land, we live off the, whatever we have, like for my example, for me, I have nothing around my reservation. There's no gym, there's nothing. So we have to climb mountains, we have to run in sand dunes, and that's where it makes us stronger.
It's gonna work with Kirby Spencer.
Because we have to fight to be here and to challenge ourselves, and it's different. I mean, living in the city limit, you have gyms, you have everything around there, but home, you have to chop woods, haul water, and stack hay, just to keep yourself occupied, to keep yourself fit. That's how indigenous, cowboys and cowgirls do it.
Kirby!
Back at home, I really just run on top of the hills, and I ride a lot of horses. I usually just get up in the morning, I run, exercise, and then through that, I maintain the animals, the sheep, the horses, and then as being here this far, I have to say it was through my prayers and my songs that got me here. Through my grandparents' teachings, for them to tell me to do it on your own. Nobody else ain't gonna do it for you. You have to get up on your own to challenge yourself, to become somebody. So it takes a prayer to commit yourself to do something. That's what I did this year, and I'm really blessed to be here among these cowboys and cowgirls, and to be here at the Indian National Finals here in Las Vegas at South Point. It was a dream. Now it's not a dream no more, it's a dream come true.
You started to get on horses when you're 5 years old. Even when you're maybe in your mama's tummy, and then you're riding with her. Like, I started riding when I was 8 because I was a little scared of horses, but then I started getting comfortable, and then I just took off, and my parents could never catch me, get me off of a horse. And for the INFR, it's like a week long, so you gotta really make sure you pack really good, and you have my favorite, the classic bronc riding, and then you have bear racing, of course, and then you see breakaway, and you have calf roping, team roping, bulldogging. Competing as a female rodeo person, it's definitely cool to see, because here at the INFR, we've had breakaway, but if you want to get bigger and try to go PRCA and get to the NFR is now bringing breakaway into their program. So it's cool to have women to have that other opportunity to perform and to showcase their talent as well.
It's challenging, but it also gives you the drive to push harder. So as a mom, and when my little girl is little, as you got to fit the practicing in and still be a mom and a wife, and you got to focus on the whole family and not just you, but you also got to push harder for everybody, so it makes you work harder at it.
So a lot of us have been roping for years together. So they're like family, they're like our sisters. So when they're winning, we're winning. We're happy for them, and if we have a bad draw or we throw one in the dirt, they're there to pick us up, and if we win the round, then they're happy for us.
Oh, we got fans, JJ. They got their signs and everything. I love it.
In the Native American rodeo world, there are a lot of fans, a lot. And that is something that I'm starting to realize is how much people look up to you. All I do is, I don't think of people looking up to me. I just put in my work, and it's just what I want to do. It's what my heart wants to do, and that's what I work at. And it kind of mind boggles me that that's what people look up to. I don't really know how to describe it, but I realize that Native Americans are really big fans.
Yeah, so I got to be featured in Cowgirl magazine, I think in March, and that was a big deal for me. I'm like, what, Cowgirl? Fangirl, I'm in Cowgirl, no way. I feel like I got a whole 5 pages. I was like, whoa, I love it. But anyway, it just talks about my story and the MMIW, how I'm spreading awareness, and a little bit about me growing up in rodeo, and me being a rodeo queen, and what I'm doing to hopefully make a difference.
I think rodeo, just as a sport overall, is not a sport where I think you hear a lot, where the politics come in. But I think it's important. I think as Native people, we're more aware of how do we raise our voices, how do we, make sure that our issues are heard and acknowledged. And I think our athletes are able to have a platform here, and it's something that we all share, especially issues like MMIW. We all have family members, we're different tribes, but same experiences. So we have the platform here, but then they are part of those larger associations and are able to draw attention through those activities also to the public, because dominant society isn't always aware of what's happening within our communities. And it's really important, that this issue raise more visibility, and I think that's happening.
I just think it's really important because our families are so close that we either know somebody that's missing, murdered, an Indigenous part of our family, or a close family friend, or we know somebody that's going through the hard times. And just like any other sport, our tradition, our powwows, we use our horse as our connection, and the dancers go out there and dance for the people that can't dance, so we're riding for the people that can't ride.
To think that there's moms, daughters, sisters, wives out there that are missing and not knowing what has happened to them or having a closure on any of that, I couldn't imagine going through something like that of my own, with my own family. So in whatever way that we can make it aware, put the awareness out there for MMIW, that's what we need to do.
So on Wednesday, you have the chance to wear red, and so that means we're raising awareness for the MMIW, and if you don't know what that means, it's for missing, murdered, and Indigenous women and people.
Yeah, Wednesday's a big day for us. It's new within the past 5 years, we recognize, we just call it our MMIW Day, and we encourage everyone to wear red. It's in our ground rules, so for contestants, it's highly recommended that you wear red. It's really catching on. I saw a lot of people in red yesterday, which made me really excited. I know a lot of us are wearing our ribbon skirts too, because I think that goes along with wearing red, is also, saying we're Native women and we deserve to be seen, to be protected, to be safe. And I think we just really put it out there on that day. I wish we could have different issues, I wish it didn't have to be such a serious issue for us, but it is. And at least we're talking about it, it's not new. And with INFR being Canada and the US, I think this is really a good cross-border issue too, that we share.
Canada, I did a couple of dresses, and then I did one for a young lady that was representing the missing and murdered women's, the MMIW. It was a red dress to remember them, because some of this, to this day, some are still missing. And there's a hummingbird that is on that dress, represents beauty. And then there's different colors in there. There's white representing the light, and then there's blue in there representing water. And then as that dress came up to here, it represented the females. And then you see her face, and the woman's gonna bring life back into this world, and that's how it's gonna keep rolling, keep moving. So that's how I created that dress for her.
I think that it is great that they are wanting to put a spotlight on MMIW, because I travel alone with my horses and my dog. That's what I do. And I think that spreading the awareness of MMIW is something that's really important, and I'm grateful that the INFR is putting the spotlight on this, and it's so huge, because our safety should be our #1 concern and our priority, especially being Native women.
Final breakaway roper for 2022 for all the marbles. Bailey Bates, a 6'89". It is time to respond now.
Bailey Bates, she's out. Bailey Bates, you
Bailey
bet.
Bates.
I mean, about 206 and just shut the door. World champion, Bailey Bates. Oh.
Being Native American, we have a lot of pride, and we have resilience is what we have. Embrace that. Embrace who you are. I'm still learning myself to do that. I don't think it's gonna end. It's never ending. But have confidence in yourself and believe in yourself, and don't be afraid to stretch your neck out there and do whatever you want to do, just as long as you're happy.
We've been in Vegas for over 10 years. We have really great partnerships with Teton Ridge, with PBR. We're really looking at where do we go from here, and I think we just go bigger and better. You know, we don't want to make it elitist to where we don't have all the families competing. We have to just figure out what it is that we want to see and what is special about us, and being Native, including our culture, that history, you know, celebrating one another is really what is central and where we see ourselves moving forward towards.